I had to play that song because it's not often there's two purple-haired people in the WAAF studio. It's Mistress Carrie, and thank you to Skillet for joining me in the studio today.
What's up? It's great to be here.
Thank you guys for getting up early. You guys are playing at the Palladium tonight with Alter Bridge and Dirty Honey, but you made the ride and got up early and tried to have as many coffees as you could.
Yep.
And we appreciate that. And as soon as you guys came in, I looked at Korey and I'm like, now there's two of us.
That's right.
Double danger, baby.
There's two purple-haired broads in the studio.
Yep. Honey, I know. That's Prince
Purple
from
Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain. It's a little early, but that's
Do you
kind
wanna
of what he
keep
sounds
going?
like. Yeah. Times are changing. Well, reach out for the new. That means you too.
Sometimes after I dye my hair, I leave purple fingerprints around. Do you leave like purple streaks? Because you've dyed your hair multiple colors.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's always been purple, so it's like I've got it down like black pillowcases, black sheets.
Smart.
Yeah,
you are
black
smarter
towels. Nothing gets tie-dyed. It just is what it is.
Than me. Mine usually happens in a hotel room, and I always feel terrible because
I feel
everything's
bad too.
white there until
I see
do
the
my
maid walk in and I'm like,
It wasn't me.
it looks like I slaughtered Grimace in that shower. I'm really sorry.
You know what? Being a touring rock band, if the worst thing that's left in a hotel room is purple dye, in the
Seriously, you're totally
tub,
right.
they should be thankful.
Yeah,
you
be like, you know
that's
what?
all I'm saying.
They left like just a few, tainted towels with purple dye, and
Yeah.
we pretty much are good to go at that
That's
point.
right.
So that's
Could've
not
been
bad.
worse.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming in today.
It's great to be here. It's our first time, man.
I know, and this is the new studio, so we are still, it's almost been a year.
Yes, happy anniversary, early anniversary. I
Yes,
guess.
yeah, we christened it okay, and we think we got it down pat. So, but
I
have
love
we? I don't think we've had a band with 4 people in here, so it's like squishing.
Certainly not one that's pretty.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's
my
a fact.
guess. Hey!
That's a fact. Like, I don't know if we could do like a full-blown Slipknot show in here because there would just be
Probably
too
not.
many people.
Yeah.
But we can handle Skillet Acoustic.
I think so.
Yeah, and you guys brought a lot of percussion, which means that the guys downstairs are probably hearing it through the floor. Which we no, we like that. Every once in a while, we got to remind them who the troublemakers in the building are.
That's
So we
right.
like that.
Break up their work week.
Yeah,
They're probably
exactly.
down like, man, I wish somebody come and beat some drums above us for a little while. This sucks.
Yeah. So you guys out on the road with Alter Bridge
Yeah.
and Dirty Honey. This tour is awesome.
Yeah. It's called the Victorious Sky Tour. I think we've been about 2 weeks now, or I don't know, 10 days or something like that, and having a great time.
Yeah. Now, you guys have been voted one of the hardest touring, hardest working bands in rock and roll because you're just constantly out on the road.
Yeah.
Do you get to have that attitude when you're on tour with Miles Kennedy? Because that guy, I don't even know
they
if he
work.
sleeps.
Yeah, I would. You have to be voted hardest working band if you're not the biggest band. I'd rather be the biggest band,
Yeah.
but since we're the hardest working band. But yeah, Miles, I mean, he's got like 17 different projects.
That's what I'm talking about. He's
Yeah.
just constant. Does the guy ever go home? Does he even have a house?
I don't know these things, but I will find out and tweet you later today.
Well, I'll ask him myself when I get out to the show later on tonight.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, and the same with Tremonti. I mean, they've got multiple projects, always working. They have a great work ethic, and we have a really good work ethic too. So I like being with bands that are very serious about what they do. Everybody shows up on time. The show starts on time. Everybody's done, and I that might sound kind of silly, but I like that. I think the fans like it better because they're not sitting around all night waiting for a band to show up.
Yeah,
You know?
Miles doesn't know anything about those horror stories touring with Slash all those years. He knows nothing about
Yeah.
you know what. But even you guys got here today. You were on time.
We're
like,
punctual.
It seems like a thing now.
We're like
It's-
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
We're
but do you know
struck by our
what town you're
punctuality.
in?
I do not know what town. I'm in Boston now. Later
Right
I'm going
now.
to be, as I am told, Worcester.
Yes, you're
is how
pronouncing
you
it correctly.
pronounce that,
Yes.
Which I thought was a joke.
No.
I thought somebody was trying to make me look stupid in front
Nope.
of fans last time we played Worcester.
No, we let you look stupid if we let you pronounce it Worcester.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I pronounced it correctly.
You did. It's like
And we rock
Worcestershire,
real
like
much.
nobody knows really how to say it the right way. But no, you got it right. Very good.
Thank you. I'm
Speaking
feeling
of
good.
Spinal Tap, because you guys spend so much time on the road, I love asking this question. What is like the worst prop issue, technical difficulty. Like every band, even though Spinal Tap came out like 30 years ago, every band has had that, oops, I fell off the stage, got lost, locked in the bathroom moment. What was you guys'?
Yeah. We usually have one every week. So if it happens early in the week, it's like, oh, good, we got that out of the way, because you know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
but there can be more than one.
There can be, but it's kind of like, it's like that feeling of like, oh, the universe has this for me for one time this week probably, and it's done. We have these lifts on stage. They're like hydraulic, and they take you up, 20 feet in the air. And we did finish a show, and it broke, but it was up, so we couldn't get it back down. So
who got stuck up there?
It was actually at the
One
time.
of our string players.
It was our it was our cellist. We have a cellist that performs with us live, and he had gotten stuck. The other one worse. So Korey made it down all the way, which was nice because we like her more.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he got stuck up there, and it was the end of the show, and the lights came on, and he's just up there, and that was.
Well, you got stuck coming down from the ceiling, just hanging there like that.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's true. Yeah, I did the little, the fly gag when people fly on like the Bon Jovi gag. And I did get stuck coming down from the ceiling.
And those harnesses are so comfortable to
yeah.
just be hanging there.
There's nothing like a vice on your crotch.
Right.
Yeah, so it was...
Hold on, let me isolate that drop. I'm going to need that one later.
Yeah, that's... let's don't tweet it, but... Yeah.
Hashtag vice on your crotch.
Yeah,
that's going viral as we speak.
It sounds like a new Motley Crue album.
Yeah. Or if you went up to someone on the street and were like, did you get that Motley Crue album from 1983, Vice on your crotch? They would totally believe that it was real.
I'm sure.
How long were you hanging there?
I don't remember actually, because it feels like an eternity when fans are looking at you, because you're like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
Just be cool and act like this is normal.
Yeah,
right.
It was probably only 90 seconds, but it felt like a really long time, and it was clear to the fans that there was something wrong.
Right.
It wasn't like
Did you have a microphone so you could at least?
I had a microphone.
Okay, good.
And I was singing, but it was like that panicky, like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? Because every time you do it, here's the thing. When you do these, when you go to like a carnival, you don't know the people that make the rides. You just trust that everything's going to be fine. When you know the people that are setting your stage every single day, and you know how much they drank the night before,
right?
You're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is how my kids are going to watch me die.
Yeah,
and it's a terrible feeling.
Like I'm putting the life in my hands and in the hands of the guy that drank 3 bottles of Jaeger last night.
That's exactly.
And now
what it's
I'm
like.
hanging by my crotch in front of 3,000 fans.
That's right. Drank a bunch of Jaeger at Worcester, but not a bunch of Jagermeister
in Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah, no, there's no rock and roll credibility drinking Jagermeister in Worcester at all.
Yeah,
at all.
See, how many bands talk about this? This is great.
About
right?
Jagermeister?
Jagermeister and I can't even say them right.
Korey Taylor told me recently that the smell of Jaeger keeps him sober. That just smelling it will keep him from wanting to drink anything for like another decade because of all the dumb things we actually did together on the Jagermeister. Yeah, for sure.
I love it. I have to text Korey and tell him we've talked about him twice in our interview today.
That's right, yeah, because we talked about squeezing Slipknot in here too.
Skillet is doing what we can to promote Slipknot. They need some help, and we're helping them.
He's another guy that's like, when do you go home? Because you're so freaking busy.
Oh yeah, Korey's a hard worker as well. We've actually toured with Korey twice with Stone Sour, not Slipknot yet.
Yeah,
but maybe we can.
That's
make
a
that
whole
happen.
Other thing.
Yeah,
the Slipknot thing is a whole other thing.
Yes,
there's so many people. Yeah, like there's just so many people. There's so many buses. There's so many hydraulic lifts. There's baseball bats that are on fire.
Lifts.
I was waiting at the show recently because they gave Clown a bat that's on fire, and I was like, does that really look like a good idea to give Clown a flaming baseball bat? Like, that's begging for the Spinal Tap moment. And like I said, every band gets them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time, and I'm never lucky enough to actually catch it. That's why I have to ask you guys when yours is. Unless there's
happens.
video of you hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Okay, we'll have to Google that
We'll
later.
figure it out.
YouTube's changed everything.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
You can never live it down.
No.
If something goes wrong, the sad thing is it's not just for those,
Yeah.
1,000 that were there.
No,
that
it's
night.
forever.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the first time I'm going to go viral is because I got stuck on my
Yep.
drum lift too. I'm like,
It's like a T-shirt that I saw. What happens in Vegas stays on Facebook.
That's right. Yeah. And like back when everybody had flip phones, you were like, oh, it doesn't matter the resolution. And now the new iPhone's got multiple lenses.
they're
and
going to catch that.
yeah,
Good.
they're going to get
Slow
everything.
motion, yeah.
That's right. Well, you guys are all set up, so you're going to play.
Yes.
So what are you guys going to play first?
We're going to play Monster first because it's maybe one that people know, and it's easier to sing than the second one, and it's early to sing.
Right. Yeah, for you guys, it's early.
Yeah,
So.
so I'm being selfish.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
That's why we're starting with this. It's all about me up in here.
All right, here's Skillet Acoustic here in the WAAF studio. So we're back in the WAAF studio with Skillet, who has joined me here before their show tonight with Alter Bridge and Dirty Honey at the Palladium. Now, you can get the details on the concert page at WAAF.com. We were just talking because you were talking about recording in L.A.
Yeah.
And I was just out there broadcasting. We were just talking off the air about like walking around in a place like LA where pretty much everyone's famous. So it's like every time you turn around, you're like, wait, that guy was in that movie. Wait, that guy was in that movie. It's like you.
And if they're not famous, they look like they should be.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody there's gorgeous,
Yeah.
you know, and this is what I've learned. Don't go to a restaurant in Hollywood because all the people serving you don't want to be there because they want to be models.
Right. They want to give you their resume while they bring you your hash browns.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, so they're all, you know, I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm a nobody. I know you think I'm a famous baseball player. I'm not. I'm a white guy with a beard. You know what I'm saying? We all look the same. I'm not a baseball player. I'm not a UFC fighter.
Yeah, the beard thing is kind of a new thing for you.
Yeah, about 3 or 4
yeah.
years. Yeah. I got my beard going, you know. It's been about 3 years.
But it's good. Like, do you put the beard conditioner in
Not
it
only
and
do
all
I
this
put the
stuff?
beard conditioner, I make my own. I sell my own. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh my God.
It's true. John Cooper beard. Go on Amazon and put John Cooper beard and it'll show up. And my products are all natural and they're all awesome. Okay? There you go.
So you can never get rid of the beard now
I don't
because
know
you
if I
have a
can or not.
line of stuff.
You want to
now.
know the truth? The reason I kept my beard, this is all coming back around. Okay.
Oh God.
Recording in LA on our last record a few
Yeah.
years ago, as I said, and we had gone down to this bar grill, and I had not shaved because we didn't have shows for like 3 months, and I didn't. So I'd grown a smaller beard, but it was a big enough beard, and I went up to the bar to order some food, and there was this dude sitting at the bar, and he was extremely muscular, and he had all these tats all over him, and I went there, and he looked at me, and he goes, "What's up, beast?" And I said, "What? How's it? What's up?" And he's like, "Beast, you look like a beast with that beard." And I was like, "I am never shaving this.
Yeah, I am such a badass
I
right
am
now.
so cool now because I've been apparently a pretty boy, and guys don't like pretty boys. For the very first time in my life, somebody thought that I was scary looking, and I'm like, I'm never shaving this beard.
Yeah. See, there you go. Now you got to keep it.
And now I'm scary. I'm mean and scary.
yeah.
You can tell, right?
You just have to embrace it. That's
Yeah.
why I call myself the baddest bitch in Boston, because then if I'm a bitch to you, you can't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that sounds
preemptive.
very true.
It just is.
Yeah,
it just
that's
is
very
that
philosophical.
way.
Is that going to be on your tombstone since we were talking about tombstones?
Yeah, well, because that was one of the things we went in LA. You know, you have to go to those cemeteries. Like I went and saw Ronnie James Dio, and I went and saw Lemmy and Johnny Ramone and Chris Cornell. It's like if you're going to go there, I feel like you have to pay homage to the greats that are there. You know. And it was really funny because the Forest Lawn Memorial Park, where Lemmy and Dio are, is huge. I mean, Michael Jackson is there. Like, there's all these people there. And we had to go up to one of the caretakers at the cemetery to ask for directions. And we literally walked up to him. And before we even told him who we were looking for, he was like, "You need to go up the hill." And he knew exactly. Like, what? Can you tell him go to see Lemmy
Yep.
from Motorhead? Like, do I look like that?
You have that good old fashioned aces in the sky look about
Yeah,
you.
like
you know?
I'm not looking for Walt Disney. What, you think I'm here looking for Dio? Oh, fine. Fine. So I want to talk to you about this song that you're about to play, because it's not just successful on the radio, but now, like, it's becoming a sports anthem, and the WWE is how did this all happen with Legendary?
Oh man, we owe WWE a lot, honestly, because they were also the first people to ever support our song Monster,
right,
of course, which we played years ago. They were the very first people that were like, we love this song and we want to play it, and actually really, because of their support, pushed it to radio, which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
So our career, the fact that we are still around, is very in part due to support from WWE. So,
well, and you're scary looking, and you
well,
look like
now
a
that I have
badass
a beard,
with the beard.
now that I have a
right.
beard, I deserve it. But,
Right.
you know, no. But yeah, so they picked it up. The Legendary is the theme song for Raw. The season just debuted this past Monday, and it was awesome. It was so cool watching the thing, wasn't it? We were watching the bus, like, oh my gosh, so much fireworks.
Yeah.
So you will admit that when your song gets used for stuff that you do watch it.
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, okay.
We'll
Because
freak
people,
out.
people will be like, no, I don't watch
yeah.
it, but you do watch it.
I always make fun of people. I'm always like, bands always act like they have to be cool.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
the opposite. I'm like, OMG, I'm watching myself on I'm tweeting, texting everybody I know, videotaping myself watching it.
Look, if you wrote a song that was going to be on national television, you'd sit down with
come
popcorn
on.
with your
Oh my gosh.
mom and watch it. Come on now. Don't lie.
Sit down with your mom and watch it.
Hey, listen, Lynn's a freak dog. Okay? Just careful.
Mistress Lynn.
Just careful of the mom, dude. I'm telling you, I came from someplace. Okay?
That's another good quote. You're throwing them out like diamonds.
I know. We're going to
Yeah.
make them all buttons the next time you guys come in. It's
Definitely.
cracks and
Yeah.
a vice. And
She's
it's,
throwing out like diamonds. Like diamonds.
she's in town, too.
Is she
she
really?
is?
Rihanna's been hanging out eating wings at the poorhouse all week. Yeah.
Well, we'll be there.
Weird.
Too.
Yeah.
I thought you meant she was performing. I was going to guess she'd
No,
have a
she's
bigger,
in town for
bigger crowd
something.
than we will.
I don't know what she's doing in town, but people just keep taking pictures of her. She keeps going back to the same bar every day and
Wow.
eating the wings there.
She feels like home. It's hard to find a place that feels like home on the road.
Yeah, that
if
is
you find
true.
a place
We
with
do
a
the
nice
same thing.
server
Yeah.
that's not,
Trying to get you the resume
trying to
because they
get
want
your
to be a movie.
resume,
Yeah.
then you're going to keep going back to the same
It's
place.
true. We totally do that.
Totally.
When you come
and this
to
is
New
Boston,
England-
where everybody knows your name. Maybe
Yeah.
she found her Cheers.
That Netflix just got the rights to all of those episodes. They're going to put them
love
all.
Cheers.
Did
Cheers
you really?
was my favorite show for nearly 20 years.
Well, you're going to be able to binge it on Netflix pretty soon because they're bringing
love
it
it.
back. But
Yeah.
when you guys come to town, do you do like the we need to go get lobster, we need to go get clam chowder? Like, do you do that stuff?
We're always busy doing radio things.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to fill up your day, dude.
That's right. I would be where somebody knows my name. No. We every once in a while we do, but usually it's just about the show, you know? And I always find if I have too much, this is true, if I have too much fun in the day, I'm tired by the end of the day. By the time I see the fans, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. So I always kind of chill out. But if we have a day off, that's
a
different.
different
Then
thing.
we ask people, where do we need to go? Where do we need to get the lobster? And then we go do it on a day off.
And it's great that social media is that connection to the fans now because you can ask them those questions.
Oh,
like,
yeah, where's
where
the
can
best
I get the
burger?
best pizza? Where can I go to get the
That's
best,
right.
all of that stuff. And they'll steer you the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's right. That's how we do it. Day off is fun. We save our fun for days off.
Yeah, today's
It's called
a
delayed
work day.
gratification.
That's right.
That's right.
Well,
Read about it,
I'm going
kids.
to make you work again and play another song now. So
Okay.
the theme song of Raw now, which
Yeah.
debuted this Monday. This is legendary. It's Skillet in the WAAF studio. That's Skillet here in the WAAF studio tonight with Alter Bridge and Dirty Honey at the Palladium. And a lot of people chiming in on the text line. They want to give you suggestions on where to go while you're in Worcester tonight.
Hit me, baby. Hit me.
You got to go to Coney Island Dogs and go get a hot dog at Coney Island. If you guys are up for lunch and you're looking for a place to go before the show at the Palladium tonight, Lou, your record guy, he knows where he's going. You got to go.
Are you sure Lou knows what he's doing?
I'm pretty sure. I've known Lou a long time. I'm fairly certain he knows where he's going. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming in. It was awesome having you guys.
Love
and
being here.
Cannot wait to see the show tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for listening, supporting. Thanks for playing the tune.
Yeah.
It's good to meet y'all and hang out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have you guys in. And I like seeing the bands unplugged and then being able to then go right to the show and see you do it completely blown up.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like totally plugged in and
Different energy.
yeah,
totally.
and it's one of those things where if it's a good song, it's a good song no matter how you do it.
Preach, yeah.
And
Sure.
so being able to strip it down, but then going to the show and seeing it with all of the lights and the pyro and the hydraulics you get
And the
stuck
mishaps.
on and hanging from the ceiling and to see it with all of that stuff is very cool. So I
Awesome.
appreciate you guys making the effort and coming into the studio today. We
got
really
it, man.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us, yeah.
We got everything up on video for WAAF.com, so you'll be able to check out the video. And we're going to have him sign the studio guitar, and we will be back with more.